Before we get to this reaction, I just got something to ask y'all real quick. First of all, let me say, Happy New Year to y'all. Second of all, after doing a whole bunch of testing, I've came to the conclusion that I can start live streaming again. I think the internet issues I was having in the past are for the most part resolved right now, so we're gonna go ahead and give it a try. So I'm here to ask y'all what y'all wanna see. Y'all got three options. Option one, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, a game that I've platinum, but I'm always down to play more of. Option two, Bloodborne, a game that I've played bits of, but I've never actually completed. Or Horizon Forbidden West, a game that I played a couple hours of. The couple hours was amazing, but I completely forgot about this game like everybody did because Elden Ring dropped like a week later and everyone pushed this game to the back of the backlog. And without further ado, A Forest So Evil It's Illegal to Enter by MrBallen. Also, if y'all happen to catch something creeping around outside of this window, please let me know about that in the comments too. Let's go.
I have to start today's video with a disclaimer. Don't go to Dudleytown, Connecticut. This is not a prank, it's not a stunt, it's not clickbait.
Okay.
It's the truth. I'm confident that at the end of this video,
Dudleytown,
there are gonna be people that want to go. Don't do it. One, it's illegal to go to Dudleytown. It's private property.
What?
And two, as you'll see in today's video, there is a reason why people abandoned Dudleytown.
Dudleytown, it's a whole, is it an actual city? Like a small town that's completely private? Well, I don't want to go there. Hey, it sounds like somebody's racist. You know what I'm saying? They probably won't take too kind to a brother like me walking up in Dudleytown to my, hey, how y'all doing? They're gonna look at me like, get him. Is that a messed up joke? I don't know, but hey, let's keep on going.
It is not a safe place for people.
I ain't going to Dudleytown.
Before we get into the story about Dudleytown, if you're a fan of the strange, dark, and mysterious delivered in story format, then you've come to the right place because that's all we do. We upload once a week.
Yes.
So, if that's of interest to you, the next time the like button is playing an intense game of online FIFA, wait until they get the lead and then unplug their Wi-Fi. Also, please subscribe to our channel and turn on all notifications so you don't miss any of our weekly uploads.
You heard what he said? Like button. Unplug the like button's Wi-Fi when they about to win the game of FIFA. Go ahead and, you know what I'm saying, do that.
Okay.
One time from my like button, though. I mean, do it for his, too. All right, nah, it's late at night while I'm recording this, too.
It was a bright summer day in 1906, and Dr. William C. Clark and his wife Harriet were driving slowly through a beautiful part of northwestern Connecticut called Litchfield County.
Yeah.
Litchfield is a rural, very hilly area with lots of winding country roads, and the Clarks were there to try to scout out an area to build their second home. The couple lived full-time in New York City, where Dr. Clark was an oncologist, which is a cancer doctor, and he was also a professor at the Columbia College of Physicians and Surgeons.
Okay, so he was out here doing things.
Very exciting and fulfilling in the city. They were also very hectic and chaotic, and so the reason they had settled on Litchfield as the place to look for a location for their second home is because it was the total opposite of the city. It was quiet. It was peaceful.
Yeah, nice little country home, away from everything.
City drove along these winding backcountry roads. They eventually reached this beautiful covered wooden bridge. After they drove across it, they got this view up onto this mountainside off to their right. High up on this mountain was this huge, shaded, beautiful forest. They saw there was a road that appeared to kind of spider off and go into these woods.
Now look, let's go explore.
No idea what was up there, but it was just so beautiful, and they were immediately so drawn to it that they decided they would go check it out and see if maybe there was a spot for their second home in these woods.
Okay, now I know he already showed a photo of the guy, but without even seeing what he looked like, we all know he white, bro. No offense to any white subscribers I got subscribed to me. I'm just saying, bro, y'all be making some comedy decisions, bro. Black people, we ain't going to check out that forest up in the mountains, bro. Hey, it's a forest up there. I don't know what's up there. I don't want to know what's up there, goddammit. You know what I'm saying? That's how we do. I'm just saying.
And so Dr. Clark took the car and he went up this access road. And very quickly, as they began climbing up this hillside, the road became very bumpy and overgrown. It's pretty obvious that not many cars were driving into these woods. And so before they even reached the tree line, Dr. Clark had to pull the car over and park it on the side of the road. And then he and Harriet got out, and then on foot, they continued up towards the forest. And once the couple actually entered the forest, immediately the sunlight faded because the canopy over their heads was so thick.
And it gets worse.
Cool and refreshing. And after walking for only a couple of minutes, the forest, which at first seemed very still and quiet, suddenly became alive. They could hear birds chirping and animals running around and insects buzzing.
That's less scary, I guess.
They saw there was this field off to the side of the road that was full of all these wild apple trees growing in all different directions. And as they got closer, they saw there was just a deer right in the middle of the apple trees,
little Bambi,
apples directly off the branches.
Okay.
Just past all these apple
Good
trees,
eating.
the couple began passing these huge, beautiful patches of roses and lilacs and bright yellow bitter tansy flowers that lined the road. And then before long, the couple was stepping over these babbling brooks, and off in the distance, they could hear the sound of running water, like fresh spring water coming down.
Yeah, everything sounds too good.
As the sun began to poke through the canopy above them, it almost looked like the forest was sparkling, literally. This forest was sitting on a hillside, and the hillside, which was made up of rock, had mica inside of it.
Mica?
Mica is a kind of mineral that when sunlight hits it, it almost looks like it's shimmering. And
of course, that's neat.
There were the owls. As Dr. Clark and his wife...
No, ain't no owls. I don't really mess with owls like that.
Forest, they heard more and more owls hooting off in the distance. And to the Clarks...
Bro, why they look like that?
...feel enchanted.
Stop looking at me.
Owls were personally greeting them. By the time the couple had turned around and begun heading back to their car, they had already made up their mind that they were going to build their second home in that forest.
What?
So,
in the forest?
Their home in New York, they promptly put in the paperwork to purchase 1,000 acres inside of that forest.
Shit, hey. They had that Skrilla, you know what I'm saying? They out here like, look, we got money, we could do what the hell we want to do. All right. I ain't even a hater, you know what I'm saying? Do what you want. I wouldn't have made no forest, and I mean no home inside the forest home, whatever you want. I'm good. But they want to make forest homes and shit. Let's see how that turned out. I know it can't turn out good, but it's on this channel.
And that forest had a name. It was called Dark Entry, and it was named that because it looked like from the outside, the forest was basically dark all the time. There was shade.
Dark Entry is the name of the forest, and you're going to try to live there.
The canopy inside of Dark Entry is exceptionally thick.
Yeah.
At one time, there actually had been a town inside of Dark Entry Forest. However, all the people who had lived in that town were now all gone. The only remnants of this town
gone or
were
died.
A couple of crumbling stone walls and a couple of home foundations that were scattered about the Dark Entry forest floor. The Clarks had seen some of these ruins as they walked along this overgrown path through the forest, but they weren't concerned. Instead, they felt like these ruins actually added some charm to the forest.
They no damn charm. All right.
Dr. Clark began looking for local builders in Connecticut who could help him build this second home inside of Dark Entry Forest.
They going on in on it, okay.
No matter how much money he offered these local Connecticut builders,
they was like, hell no.
They all said no. Now, none of them gave a straight answer to Dr. Clark about why they were turning him down.
Yeah.
So Dr. Clark just kind of assumed that, hey, this project is not huge. It's just a house. And the forest is pretty isolated and hard to get to. And so he thought, probably these builders think it's not worth the effort. But Dr. Clark was not discouraged. He decided he would just build the house himself.
Oh my gosh.
He's a very handy, competent guy who had grown up on a farm in New Jersey.
Well, that's good for him.
How to build things. And so for the next several months, Dr. Clark would travel from New York City to Dark Entry Forest every weekend, and he would build this home. First, he cut down this massive swath of hemlock trees on this one flat patch of his
chopping trees down.
And then with all this lumber he had cut down, he built his rustic 2-story cabin on this flat part of his land.
So that means he really was nice with it then. I wouldn't be able to, I wouldn't know the first thing about chopping down some trees and then taking the bark and then building it. Not even, is it just the bark? Do you just use the bark? You probably use the whole tree. What would be the point of chopping down the tree if you're not going to use the whole tree? I wouldn't know the first thing about doing that and then taking the wood and building. This man was out here doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? He really knew what he was doing. I wouldn't have did it, but hey.
And then nearby on this hilltop, there was a freshwater spring at the top. And so he laid piping from the spring into his cabin so they could get fresh water. And then at the bottom of this nearby hill was this brook. And Dr. Clark,
the babbling brook,
just standing and watching this brook because inside of it were all these trout that would dart all around.
The water sounds like ASMR right now.
A swimming pool with beautiful mossy embankments right up against this brook, so he could sit there and watch.
I mean, if you're gonna do it, might as well do it all the way, right?
The cabin was done, and so Dr. Clark and Harriet, They stayed at the cabin to celebrate the holiday.
Okay.
And as they were sitting in their swimming pool, watching the trout and listening to the owls hoot off in the distance,
Oh, some fish up in there
they
too?
both agreed that this second home was like their little piece of heaven. So
Okay.
every summer from there on out,
They went there.
every major holiday that they could manage it, the Clarks would travel to their home in Dark Entry Forest, and they would swim and hike and relax, and they'd watch the leaves on the mountainside turn.
Okay, so it sounds like they got some years in, chilling.
Oranges and reds. It was perfect. That is, until 1918.
Oh,
That summer,
shit.
The couple was in their second home in
10
the
years
forest
later.
when Dr. Clark was suddenly
12?
called back to New York to attend to a medical emergency. Harriet was very upset at the prospect of suddenly being left alone in the middle of the forest by herself.
I don't like
for
that.
Who knows how many days. And so when she dropped her husband off at the nearby train platform, she made him promise that he would come back soon. And he said he would. And then Dr. Clark got on the train, it took off, and Harriet just stood there with her arms crossed, watching it as it chugged along off.
Mad as hell, bruh.
From his
Blue.
comfortable seat on that train, Dr. Clark had no idea that his wife was about to endure a nightmare while he was gone.
Damn, what happened to her? Oh no, he got the scary, bro. He about to go through a night. What you mean a nightmare, bro? What happened to her? I know, bro. Just unpause the video. You'll find out what happened to her. Shut up. I gotta commentate, goddammit. But I'm about to go ahead and hit. I'm gonna unpause it now, but not because you told me to, because I feel like unpausing it because I want to hear the story too.
When the Clarks bought their 1,000 acres in the Dark Entry Forest, they did virtually no research on the forest or the surrounding area.
Oh, that's the actual cabin?
They very likely would not have purchased that land.
Damn.
You see, the town that used to be inside of the Dark Entry Forest is now just ruins.
Dudleyville?
The Clarks saw when they first walked around inside of the forest was abandoned for a very specific reason.
Oh.
It was cursed. At least that's what the locals say. And in fact, that was the reason why
Believe the locals
in the area were willing to go with Dr. Clark into the forest to go build his house.
They're like, I ain't going up in there.
Too scared to go anywhere near the ruins of this cursed town.
Boy, I ain't going in there.
Which was known as Dudleytown, was first settled
Dudleytown, not Ville.
in the 1740s. At first, it was just a couple of people and a couple of small structures, but pretty quickly, 30 families had moved in, and it was a thriving little town. But as the 1700s came to a close, terrible things began to happen to residents of this town.
Damn.
First, there was the Carter family. They moved to Dudleytown in 1759, and shortly after arriving there, 6 members of their family all died suddenly from cholera.
Oh, cholera, what's that?
The Carter family was so grief-stricken from their losses.
You gonna explain what that is, bro?
Dudleytown and went to New York, where they resettled. But almost immediately after getting set up there, Native Americans raided their property and massacred them. And the 3 people that survived this massacre were 3 of the kids, and they were all kidnapped and taken away. In 1752, a Dudley resident named Hollister died suddenly. Now, we don't know if he fell off a roof or if he was murdered. No one really knows.
Right.
But what we can agree on is that his untimely death happened in the home of a man named Tanner. And
Tanner.
Following Hollister's death, suddenly just began obsessively talking about these strange creatures he was seeing out in the woods at night, kind of roaming around the Dark Entry Forest. He talked about it all the time, and nobody listened to him. And eventually, Tanner went insane, and his daughter had to care for him for the rest of his life.
Dang.
While Tanner was slowly losing his mind, his next-door neighbor, named Abel, also began reporting that he was seeing weird creatures roaming around the tree line all around the town. As Abel continued to report seeing these strange creatures lurking in the shadows, he too slowly went mad and had to be cared for until his death.
Hold on, so before we continue, I just want to say real quick, so you telling me that the dude and his wife was living there, not living there, but they was going there every holiday, all the summers and all that for 10 years, and they never noticed nothing suspicious. But then the one time the homie decided he gotta go do something, and she by herself, that's when she finna go through the horror? That's messed up, bruh. Damn, you would think they'd have been seeing something. But I guess not. I guess the ghoulies and ghosts decide they want to come out and pick on, you know what I'm saying, somebody when they by themselves. They don't want to tackle a group of 2 people. That's too much work. It's hard to scare people when they got somebody else with them. You know what I'm saying? We want just one of y'all. I can't blame them for that. It makes sense.
In the early 1800s, a famous Revolutionary War hero, General Herman Swift, who lived in Dudleytown, lost his mind shortly after his wife.
Everybody going insane.
And then in 1813, an unknown epidemic rolled through Dudleytown and killed many of its residents. After that, more and more residents of Dudleytown either died suddenly or died mysteriously, and also more and more residents began coming forward with stories about having seen these strange, shadowy creatures moving around the tree line at night. By about 1900, all the Dudleytown residents had either died or simply just left, abandoning their homes, except for one family, the Brophies. But in quick succession, the Brophy family's sheep all died, then the mother died of tuberculosis, then the two sons were accused of theft in a nearby town, and then they just disappeared, leaving one person, John Brophy, the father. But the Brophy family home burned to the ground, and so John, who was overcome with grief, just wandered off into the forest and was never heard from again.
Dang!
Town officially became a ghost town. And it was at that point in 1906 when Dr. Clark and Harriet had their beautiful summer's day walk through the forest and discovered where they wanted to build their second home. So fast forward back to 1918.
Hell no, bro.
Clark, he's on his medical emergency leave to New York. It winds up being very quick. He's back on a train within 36 hours. And he pulls into the station right near Dark Entry Forest. And he's expecting to see Harriet waiting on the platform for him. But when the train rolled into the station, she wasn't there. Now, Dr. Clark was not a superstitious.
He like, she probably up at the cabin.
He didn't see his wife there. He just felt like something was off.
She
wouldn't have come out here to greet him. And she was worried about being all alone in the cabin, and she knew he was going to be arriving at that moment. So, feeling a little bit panicked, Dr. Clark left the train station and on foot made his way over to the Dark Entry Forest. When he got there and began walking on that overgrown road path that led to his house. Immediately, as soon as he was within the shade of the trees, he began hearing these owls hooting very loudly off in the distance.
Well, look at it.
The sound of these owls hooting made
him
welcome. But this time he felt scared. Something was wrong up ahead. So he began jogging through the forest. It was dark, and all he can hear is the sound of these owls, and it's getting louder and louder.
That fight or flight kicked in. He started moving.
The clearing where his property is. At this point, it's a cacophony of owls hooting.
A cacophony.
On top of him, and he looks up.
I've used that word before.
House up on this hill, and he sees
the
door is slightly open. And so now, with his heart
heart beating now.
Dr. Clark runs up to his front porch. He gets to the door, and he flings it open the rest of the way, and then right before he stepped into his house, this sudden high-pitched noise began up on the second floor inside of his house. It was so startling to Dr. Clark that he just froze where he was. Suddenly it's so loud from the owls all around him and the woods behind him and whatever this noise is that he just stood there unsure what to do. And so as he's sitting there getting the courage up to go investigate his house, he realizes what this high-pitched noise is.
What is it?
It's the sound of maniacal, insane laughter coming from the second floor.
Hell no, bro. You can't just run either, bro. Your wife up there. Hey, so I know some of y'all watching that. Hey, man, I get another one. I'm going. Yo, that's messed up, bro. That's messed up. Nah, bro. But that's tough, bro. Maniacal laughter. What the hell? Oh, nah.
Sensing his wife had to be in danger, the doctor charged up the nearby steps up to the second floor. You could tell this laughter, this high-pitched laughter, was coming from the master bedroom. And so he ran down the short hallway. He got in front of the closed door that led into the master bedroom. Slowly opened it up, and there, in the back corner of his room, was his wife. She was on the ground, rolled up in a ball, facing the door. Her hands were clenched in fists.
It's not a real photo. I'm about to say.
Her mouth was open wider than was humanly possible. And as he's staring at his wife, wondering what's going on, he realizes this insane, high-pitched laughter is coming from his wife. But it doesn't even look like it's coming out of her. Her chest is just heaving. Her mouth is staying open, and the laughter.
Stop showing that damn photo. It's messing me up.
Stood there watching his wife, who's staring directly at his eyes. And finally, he just got so scared, he turned and he ran.
That's not funny. That's not funny.
36 hours.
That man turned around and took off running.
Something happened to his wife. We don't know what it was, but it caused her to lose her mind.
She went insane.
The only thing she would talk about was the strange creatures she saw out in the forest. By some accounts, Harriet spent the rest of her life in a mental asylum.
Damn.
Accounts, she went back with Dr. Clark to New York, where she took her life. Today, Dudleytown is not only still abandoned, but it is also illegal to visit.
Yeah.
However, people do still sneak into Dudleytown and walk around the ruins.
That white people, I just said that earlier, bro. Again, I'm not trying to offend nobody, but look at them, bro. You ain't gonna see no brother sneaking up in there trying to, yeah, we in Dudleytown, you know, we here, you know, this is what we do. Nah, come on, bro. What are you doing? Value your life, please. You ain't gonna catch me doing it, bro. Not me.
And many of them have reported feeling these pockets of cold air where there shouldn't be cold air.
Yeah, I bet.
And also, some others have said, as they've been walking, they've felt phantom hands slap them and push them. Some have said they've taken photographs inside of
like,
the
bitch, get out of here.
Forest near Dudleytown, and they've captured strange, shadowy figures that they couldn't see with their naked eye. The famous paranormal couple, Ed and Lorraine Warren, shot a special series in the 1970s inside of the Dark Entry Forest, and they declared the area around Dudleytown was demonically possessed.
Bro, this damn photo gave me the chills, bro. Goddamn, did y'all see that? I would never, ever, you rest assured, ever visit Dudleytown. You got me messed up. I'm not trying to get cursed and go insane. I thought that picture of his wife was gonna say it was a real picture, bro. That mug was messing with me. I still see it, bro. I hope it don't give me no damn nightmares, bro. That's what I get for watching this kind of stuff at night. But hey, thank y'all for watching this video, man. Make sure y'all show a lot of love to the video, like, share, and subscribe. Like I said, hit me up in the comments with your selection for the streams, either Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice, Horizon Forbidden West, or Bloodborne. I'm about to go ahead and get up out of here, baby. I gotta edit this video and go to sleep. Till next time we up out of this thing, it's your boy Dairu, we signing out. Peace.